T.A. Soong. And one of the most interesting, this was the flag that he was born under, which is the flag of the Qing Empire. One of the interesting things about T.A. Soong, who was one of the richest men in the world at his time, is his family. Here's a picture of T.A. and his mother. We'll pass this around. But his father, Charlie, who'd come to the U.S., went back, married, and had 6 children. And 3 of them were women, who were the Soong sisters. There's been movies made about them. And here's the 3 Soong sisters in their youth. This is Qingling, Ailing, and Meiling. I'll pass that around also. Meiling married Chiang Kai-shek. Ailing, who was the oldest, was the secretary to Sun Yat-sen, but then left and married the richest man in China, a financier named H.H. Kung. And then Qingling, who became the next secretary for Sun Yat-sen, married him, and he divorced his wife to do that. There was a brother named TV, the oldest brother, who became very involved in the financing of the Kuomintang. He was the main finance guy, and I'm going to talk a little later. One of our next stops in the mausoleum is going to be about the man who was sort of the financial opposition to all the things that were being done by H.H. Kung and by TV. Now, T.A. was the youngest brother. He kind of floats below the radar, but this was one of the wealthiest families in the world. And when the communists took over, T.A. came to San Francisco and lived the life of a banker, going between Hong Kong and San Francisco. And he was the kind of guy that his engagement was announced in Time magazine. His marriage had pictures in it in Look. There's other pictures of socialite events where he's sitting at the table. So he was quite the man around town. And I have one more picture. Oh, it's on the back of one of, if you look on the front and back there, there's a picture of Madame Chiang Kai-shek, who was sort of known as a dragon lady, sitting there with Roosevelt and Churchill. So this family traveled in very high circles. And basically, H.H. Kung and T.V. Soong, his older brother, sort of stripped all the money they could out of China, which is how they became the wealthiest people in the world, basically. And T.A. took a big chunk of that and then just lived a very high socialite life in San Francisco and ended up buried here. And we're going to visit with the opposition leader in a little bit, but first Jane is